Finn's heart pounded like a drum in his chest as he stared at the faces around the dinner table. The words he'd rehearsed 100 times finally spilling out, "I'm gay." The silence that followed was suffocating, broken only by the clatter of his father's fork hitting the plate. Grandma Evelyn's eyes met his, a spark of unwavering resolve igniting in them, as she reached across the table to grip his hand tightly, whispering, "You're my boy, and nothing changes that." In that moment, Finn felt a fleeting sense of relief, but it was short-lived. His grandfather, Harold, slammed his palm on the table, his face reddening with fury. "This is unnatural. You're bringing shame on this family," he bellowed, turning to Finn's father, Mark. "You can't let this slide, son. Kick him out before he corrupts the rest of us." Mark's face paled, caught between his own confusion and the weight of his father's expectations. Finn's mother, Linda, sat frozen, tears welling in her eyes, her mind racing through memories of her son's childhood. Had she missed the signs? Inside, Finn's thoughts churned. Why did I think this would go well? I've hidden this part of me for so long, and now it's exploding everything I love. The evening unraveled into chaos. Grandma Evelyn rose to her feet, her voice steady despite her age. "Harold, you hush now. This boy is family, and family sticks together." But Harold wasn't having it. He pointed a gnarled finger at Finn. "He's chosen this path, Evelyn. The Bible says—" She cut him off sharply. "The Bible also says love thy neighbor, and this is our grandson." Finn watched the exchange, his stomach twisting. He thought of Jordan, the man who'd given him the courage to come out. Their quiet dates in the city park, the way Jordan's laugh made the world feel right. But now, revealing that would only fuel the fire. Mark finally spoke, his voice trembling. "Finn, I need time. This is a lot." "Time?" Finn's inner voice screamed. "Time for what? To decide if you still love me?" As the night wore on, the arguments escalated. Harold cornered Mark in the living room, his whispers harsh. "Remember what happened to your cousin? He came out and his life fell apart. Drugs, isolation. You want that for Finn? Get him out. Make him see sense." Mark nodded slowly, doubt clouding his eyes. Finn overheard from the hallway, his chest aching. "Am I really that much of a burden?" He retreated to his room, dialing Jordan. "It went bad," he whispered into the phone. Jordan's voice was calm, reassuring. "Babe, give them time. I'm here." But Finn's mind raced. What if they never accept me? What if I lose everything for this love? The next morning, Grandma Evelyn pulled Finn aside in the kitchen. "Don't you listen to them, sweetheart. I've seen too much hate in my life to let it touch you." Her words were a balm, but the tension in the house was palpable. Linda tried to mediate, suggesting therapy, but Harold dismissed it as liberal nonsense. Finn felt torn, grateful for his grandma's protection, yet guilty for the rift he was causing. His thoughts deepened. She's fighting for me, but at what cost to her marriage? Harold's been her rock for 50 years. Is my truth worth breaking that? By afternoon, Mark approached Finn in the backyard. "Son, your grandpa's right. This lifestyle, it's not what I envisioned for you." Finn's heart sank. "Dad, it's who I am." Mark sighed. "Maybe you need to stay with a friend for a bit. Clear your head." The words hit like a punch. Clear my head? As if being gay is a phase. Finn packed a bag, his mind a whirlwind. "Where do I go?" Jordan's apartment is small, but it's home now. Grandma intercepted him at the door. "You're not going anywhere without a fight from me." She confronted Mark and Harold, her voice rising. "If Finn leaves, so do I." The standoff lasted hours. Harold ranted about tradition, society, the church. "People will talk. Our reputation." Evelyn countered with stories of her own youth, friends lost to prejudice. Finn listened from the stairs, emotions surging. Pride in her strength, shame for the pain. Inside, he questioned, "Am I selfish for wanting acceptance? Or are they wrong for demanding I change?" That night, Jordan picked him up secretly. In the car, Finn broke down. "I thought family was unconditional." Jordan held him. It should be. We'll build our own. Days blurred into a haze of uncertainty. Finn crashed on Jordan's couch, their relationship a quiet anchor amid the storm. But calls from home haunted him. Linda's worried voicemails, Mark's hesitant texts. Grandma's updates were fierce. I'm wearing them down, honey. Yet Harold's influence loomed. Finn's inner conflict intensified. Do I cut ties to protect myself, or fight and risk more hurt? He confided in Jordan over coffee. Loving you feels right, but it's costing me everything. Jordan's eyes softened. Love shouldn't cost this much, but we'll face it together. At work, Finn's focus waned. As a graphic designer in downtown Chicago, he buried himself in projects, but whispers of his situation spread. Colleagues offered support, yet some glanced away awkwardly. Society's subtle judgments mirrored his family's overt ones. He thought, why can't people just let me be? Is happiness too much to ask? A lunch with Jordan turned tense when Finn snapped. What if they're right? What if I'm wrong? Jordan grabbed his hand. You're not wrong for being you. Back home, the family dynamic cracked further. Evelyn and Harold slept in separate rooms for the first time in decades. She told Linda, I won't let fear rule this house. Mark, torn between parents, confided in his wife. I love Finn, but Dad's pressure. It's killing me, Linda urged. Then stand up to him. But Mark's hesitation lingered, his mind plagued. Am I failing as a father by not guiding him right? Finn's visits home were fraught. One evening, he arrived to find Harold waiting. Boy, you need help. Conversion therapy worked for folks I know. Finn recoiled. That's torture, Grandpa. Evelyn stepped in. Enough, Harold. You're the one who needs changing. The argument peaked, voices overlapping in accusation. Finn fled, thoughts racing. How did love become a battlefield? In Jordan's arms later, he whispered doubts. Maybe I shouldn't have come out. Jordan replied firmly. Hiding would have destroyed you more. As weeks passed, the emotional toll mounted. Finn lost weight, sleep evaded him. His dreams replayed the dinner scene, amplified with regret. Why me? Why this fight? Jordan noticed, pulling him close. We're stronger than this. But Finn's inner voice countered. Are we? Or am I dragging him down too? The rift in the family deepened like a chasm, swallowing any remnants of normalcy. Mark, under Harold's relentless urging, changed the locks on the house one rainy afternoon, a decision that haunted him immediately. It's for his own good, Harold insisted over the phone. Force him to rethink. Mark stared at the new keys, his gut twisting. What kind of father locks out his son? When Finn showed up for a planned visit, finding the door unyielding, the betrayal hit like a wave. He pounded on it, rain soaking him, yelling, Dad, open up. Inside, Linda wept, begging Mark to reconsider, but he stood firm, whispering to himself, this will make him straight, right? Grandma Evelyn exploded when she learned. You coward! She shouted at Mark, her voice cracking with disappointment. Your own flesh and blood. She packed her bags that night, moving to a nearby motel, vowing not to return until Finn was welcomed back. Harold watched her go, his face a mask of stubborn pride. But alone in bed, doubts crept in. Is my righteousness worth losing her? Evelyn's protection of Finn had become her line in the sand, and crossing it meant war. Finn, devastated, crashed harder into Jordan's world. Their small apartment in Wrigleyville became a sanctuary, but the weight of exclusion pressed on him. They chose hate over me, he told Jordan, pacing the floor. Jordan listened, his own past surfacing. Disowned at 18, he'd rebuilt alone. It hurts, but you survive, he said. Finn's mind rebelled. Survive? I want to thrive, not just endure. Their relationship, once light, now carried the burden of Finn's turmoil. Intimate moments turned to talks of loss, Finn's touches hesitant, as if guilt tainted them. At a support group Jordan suggested, Finn shared his story, voices around him echoing similar pains. One man spoke of reconciliation after years, another of permanent estrangement. Finn absorbed it all, thinking, which path for me? Do I beg for forgiveness I don't need, or walk away? The group leader's words stuck. Acceptance starts within, but inside, Finn wrestled. If I accept myself, why does their rejection still burn? Work became a battleground too. A client's homophobic remark during a meeting triggered Finn. We don't want that rainbow stuff in our branding. He bit back a retort, but later vented to Jordan. Society's everywhere judging. Jordan nodded. That's why we fight. Their bond strengthened through shared defiance, but Finn's doubts lingered. Am I worth this fight to him? Family communications fractured. Linda sneaked calls to Finn, torn between loyalty to Mark and love for her son. Your grandma's staying with me now, she said once. She's furious. Finn's heart ached. Grandma's sacrificing her home for me. Is that fair? Evelyn visited Finn and Jordan, bringing homemade pie, her eyes fierce. I'm proud of you, boys. Seeing their relationship up close softened her further, but she confided. Harold's health is failing from the stress. Stubborn old fool. The news hit Finn hard. Grandpa's blood pressure spiked. Doctors warning of stroke risk. Mark blamed Finn indirectly. This drama's killing him. In a heated call, Mark accused. Your choice is tearing us apart. Finn fired back. My choice? It's who I am. Hanging up, he collapsed, sobs racking him. Jordan held him. They're wrong. But Finn's inner monologue raged. Am I the villain here? For loving freely? A turning point came at a family therapy session Evelyn insisted on. Mark attended reluctantly, Harold refusing. The therapist probed. What scares you most, Mark? He admitted. Failing as a dad, like my own father thinks. Finn listened, empathy flickering. He's trapped too. But when Mark suggested Finn try dating women, the session imploded. Finn stormed out, thoughts chaotic. Compromise my soul? Never. Jordan's patience wore thin. One night, after Finn canceled plans to brood over family texts, Jordan confronted, I love you, but this is consuming us. Finn froze. Am I losing him too? They argued, voices rising. Jordan accusing Finn of wallowing. Finn defending his pain. In the aftermath, lying awake, Finn reflected. Love demands sacrifice, but how much? Evelyn's mediation efforts intensified. She cornered Harold at home. Remember our son who died young? We vowed to cherish family. Harold grumbled. This is different. But her words planted seeds. Alone, Harold pondered. Am I clinging to outdated beliefs at the cost of everything? Finn, meanwhile, faced a job offer in New York. A fresh start, but it meant leaving Chicago, his roots. We could go together, Jordan suggested. Finn hesitated. Run away, or stay and fight? The decision loomed, amplifying his anxiety. Social pressures mounted. Friends distanced themselves, whispers at gatherings. Finn's family drama is too much. He felt isolated, questioning. Is being out worth this loneliness? Jordan reassured. We're building a new circle. Their dates became acts of rebellion, holding hands in public, defying stares. Mark's resolve cracked during a hospital scare with Harold. Seeing his father vulnerable, Mark thought, life's short. Why waste it on hate? He reached out to Finn. Let's talk. But Finn, scarred, replied curtly. Only if you accept me fully. The tension built, emotions raw. Evelyn confided in Finn. I'm tired, but I won't stop. Her dedication stirred guilt in him. She's paying the price for my truth. As the month ended, Finn stood at a crossroads, his heart heavier. Choose family and deny myself, or choose love and lose them? The hospital room smelled of antiseptic and regret, where Harold lay after a minor heart episode, his face pale against the pillows. Evelyn sat by his side, her hand on his, but her mind was with Finn. This stubbornness of yours nearly killed you, she murmured. Harold grunted. It's the stress from that boy. But in his weakened state, cracks showed. Memories of Finn as a child, laughing in the yard. Why fight this? He wondered silently. Mark hovered nearby, guilt gnawing. My indecision caused this. Finn arrived reluctantly, Jordan waiting in the car. Seeing Grandpa Frail shattered something in him. I'm sorry, Finn whispered, not for being gay, but for the pain. Harold met his eyes. You should have kept it quiet. The words stung, reigniting Finn's fire. Even now. Hide? Evelyn intervened. Harold, enough. Love him as he is. The visit ended tensely, Finn fleeing to Jordan's arms, tears streaming. Why can't they see me? Back home, Jordan proposed a weekend getaway to Michigan to escape the chaos. On the drive, Finn opened up. I feel like I'm drowning in their expectations. Jordan shared his own scars. My parents never came around. It hurt, but I found peace. Finn envied that. Peace? Mine's a war inside. At the lake house, they talked deep into the night, their connection deepening amid vulnerability. But Finn's thoughts intruded. Is this happiness fleeting? Society's undercurrents surfaced during the trip. At a local diner, a patron's glare at their held hands prompted Finn to pull away. Don't let them win, Jordan urged. Finn nodded, but inside. Every stare reminds me of home's rejection. Returning to Chicago, the job offer pressed. New York promised anonymity, but also abandonment of family ties. Linda organized a secret meeting with Finn at a coffee shop. Your dad's struggling, she confessed. Harold's influence is strong, but he loves you. Finn's anger flared. Love? He locked me out. Linda teared up. Give him time. Time again, Finn thought bitterly. How much more? Evelyn's health began to falter too. Sleepless nights, anxiety attacks. She called Finn. I'm fighting for you, but it's hard. Guilt overwhelmed him. My coming out is breaking her. He visited her motel, hugging her tightly. Go home, Grandma. Don't lose Grandpa over me. She refused. I'd lose myself if I didn't stand by you. The drama escalated when Mark discovered Evelyn's visits to Finn. You're choosing him over us, he accused. Evelyn stood firm. I'm choosing right over wrong. The family splintered further, holidays approaching like a storm. Jordan faced his own doubts. Supporting Finn meant reliving his trauma. I can't be your only anchor, he admitted one evening. Finn panicked. Am I too broken for love? They reconciled, but the strain showed. Fewer laughs, more silences. At work, a promotion came, but Finn sabotaged it with distractions. His boss noticed. Get your head straight. The irony burned. He confided in a colleague, who shared, my brother's gay. Family came around eventually. Hope flickered, but doubt dominated. Will mine? A pivotal confrontation occurred at Thanksgiving. Mark invited Finn conditionally. No Jordan. Finn refused. He's part of me. Evelyn boycotted too, spending the day with the couple. Harold, alone with Mark and Linda, broke. Maybe I was wrong, but pride silenced him. Finn's inner turmoil peaked that night. Staring at the ceiling, he questioned everything. Sacrifice family for authenticity, or suppress for peace? Jordan slept beside him, unaware of the storm. Months dragged, winter blanketing Chicago in cold that mirrored Finn's heart. A church event Harold dragged Mark to preach against sinful lifestyles, reinforcing old fears. Mark texted Finn afterward. I miss you, but I don't understand. Finn replied, try. Evelyn's persistence paid off slightly. She convinced Harold to read articles on LGBTQ+ acceptance. He grumbled, but seeds grew. Alone, he admitted, the world's changing. Am I? Jordan surprised Finn with tickets to a pride event. To remind you you're not alone. There, amid crowds, Finn felt empowered, but homesickness hit. I want my family here. The climax brewed when Finn learned of Harold's worsening condition. Rushing to the hospital, he found the family gathered. Let him in, Evelyn demanded. Mark hesitated, then nodded. Inside, Harold whispered, I'm scared, boy. Of what? Finn wondered. Death or change? Emotions surged. Forgiveness tempting, but betrayal fresh. Finn's mind raced. Can I trust this? Harold's confession in the hospital hung heavy, a fragile bridge over the abyss. Scared of losing you all, he admitted weakly. Finn stood there, emotions clashing. Pity, anger, hope. Mark watched, his own regrets surfacing. I've let fear rule too long. Evelyn squeezed Harold's hand. Then fix it. But apologies didn't come easy. Harold mumbled about old ways, leaving Finn unsatisfied. Walking out, he thought, words are cheap. Actions matter. Jordan met him outside. Concern etched. Any progress? Finn shook his head. Baby steps, maybe. But inside, resentment festered. Why does change take crisis? Their drive home was silent, Finn's mind dissecting every word. The following weeks saw tentative outreach. Mark called, "Come over alone." Finn agreed warily. At the house, the air thick with unspoken words, Mark offered, "I read some books. It's hard, but I'm trying." Finn's heart softened slightly. Effort? That's new. But when Mark asked about Jordan dismissively, Finn bristled. He's not optional. The talk ended awkwardly, progress stalled. Evelyn returned home, brokering peace between her and Harold. "We're talking," she told Finn. "He's softening." But Harold's subtle digs persisted. "Just don't flaunt it."
Finn fumed internally. Flaunt?
Living is flaunting to you. Society amplified the struggle. A local news story about anti-gay legislation stirred Finn's fears. What if acceptance never comes? At a rally with Jordan, they chanted for rights, adrenaline surging. But back home, exhaustion hit. Fighting on all fronts. Jordan's job transfer offer to New York coincided, forcing a decision. "It's a chance for us," he said. Finn agonized. Leave and heal or stay and mend. His dreams turned nightmarish. Family turning away forever. A betrayal cut deep when Linda accidentally revealed Mark had consulted a reparative therapist for advice. "He thought it might help," she said. Finn exploded. "Help erase me?" He confronted Mark. "You'd rather fix me than accept?" Mark defended weakly. "I was desperate." The trust shattered anew. Finn's pain raw. "How many times can they hurt me?" Evelyn raged at Mark. "You're no better than your father." Harold, overhearing, reflected. "My legacy is division." For the first time, he reached out to Finn. "Come see me." At the bedside, Harold shared. "I lost a friend to suicide over this in the 60s. I thought toughness saved lives." Finn listened, empathy budding, trauma shaped him too. But forgiveness wavered. Jordan urged, "Don't rush." Finn's inner debate intensified. Hold grudges or extend grace? The emotional weight crushed him. Sleepless nights, appetite gone. Christmas loomed, a potential powder keg. Evelyn planned a gathering. Everyone or no one? Mark agreed, inviting Jordan hesitantly. The dinner was tense, small talk masking undercurrents. When Harold toasted to family, Finn challenged, "Including us?" Silence fell. Harold nodded slowly. "Yes." Yet, post-dinner, Mark pulled Finn aside. "I'm proud of you, but it's still hard." Finn snapped. "Hard for you? Try living it." The night ended in tears, progress fragile. Jordan confided his fears. "This family's toxicity is poisoning us." Finn realized, my battles are his now. Am I selfish to stay? A moral dilemma arose when Finn discovered Harold's will excluded him. "Old draft," Evelyn explained, but it stung, erased on paper. He confronted Harold. "Am I family or not?" Harold amended it tearfully. "You are." Emotions peaked during a storm, literal and figurative. Power out, family huddled, stories shared. Mark admitted, "I was wrong to lock you out." Finn forgave tentatively. "Don't do it again." But doubts lingered. Is this real or fear-driven? Jordan waited at home, anxious. Our future hangs on this. As spring neared, Finn chose. Stay in Chicago, give reconciliation a shot. "For us," he told Jordan. But the decision carried risks, more hurt possible. The high trio arrived with a public family event, a cousin's wedding. Whispers about Finn and Jordan circulated. Harold defended them gruffly. Mind your business. A small victory, but Finn's heart raced. Acceptance or tolerance? Inner conflicts raged stronger. Have I compromised too much? Or not enough? The wedding reception buzzed with laughter and music, but for Finn, it was a minefield of judgments. Jordan by his side, they danced subtly, aware of eyes. Mark approached, awkward. You two look happy. Finn nodded warily. Progress, but trust rebuilds slowly. Harold watched from afar, his mind churning. I've changed, but is it enough? Evelyn beamed, her sacrifices validated momentarily. Post-event, the family debriefed at home. Tensions resurfaced when a relative's snide comment reached ears. Shame about Finn, Harold snapped. No shame here. The defense shocked Finn. Grandpa fighting for me? Tears welled as he hugged Harold. Thank you. But inside, forgiveness doesn't erase scars. Jordan and Finn's relationship evolved through the ordeal. Deeper, battle-tested. We made it, Jordan whispered one night. Finn agreed, but doubts whispered. At what cost? Sleepless, he pondered. My happiness traded for their comfort? Mark's full acceptance came gradually. Joint therapy sessions revealed his fears, societal backlash, failure as provider. I see now, he admitted. Finn shared his pains. Your rejection nearly broke me. Tears flowed, bonds mending. Evelyn and Harold rekindled, her influence softening him. Love wins, she told Finn. But he questioned. Does it always? Society's challenges persisted. Workplace discrimination suits in the news reminded Finn. The fight's ongoing. He volunteered at LGBTQ+ centers, channeling pain into purpose. Jordan joined. Our story helps others. A final confrontation sealed shifts. When a church friend challenged Harold, he retorted, My grandson's gay, and he's a good man. Pride swelled in Finn, true change. Yet reflections haunted. Finn journaled. Did I betray myself by waiting? Or show strength in patience? Family gatherings normalized, Jordan included, laughs genuine. But undercurrents remained. Subtle hesitations, unspoken regrets. As summer bloomed, Finn proposed to Jordan in the park where they met. Yes, Jordan said, tears flowing. Sharing with family, reactions mixed. Joy from Evelyn, tentative congrats from Mark. Silence from Harold before, be happy. The engagement amplified emotions, hope mingled with fear. What if backlash returns? Finn thought. In quiet moments, he confronted the moral ambiguities. Was coming out a mistake, or the bravest act? Did protection excuse initial hurts? The journey taught. Love demands sacrifice, but boundaries too. Looking back, Finn realized. Families redefined, not destroyed. But the question lingers. In a world of prejudice, is forcing acceptance through pain ever truly right? Or should one always walk away to preserve self-worth?